And welcome back to another episode drop of JEZWELD. So, at one episode a year, only 20 years, 20 episodes, that's not even gonna take that long. Whoop, that's it. Have a watch. Some pretty cool shit happening. And let me know what you think. You know, I'm pretty good for some criticism. Let's fucking make it happen. Start writing some stuff in the comments. Let me know if you think this thing is gay, cool, shit, fantastic, or make up your own insults. Can't wait to hear them. And just like that, the diff brackets are off. Man, that probably took me maybe 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Obviously more cleanup to do, but what a great machine. What a great machine. I mean, the Cut 10, doesn't have to have contact all the time. A lot of plasma cutters have to have the electrode touching the steel for it to actually cut, and as soon as you lift it off, the cutting just cuts out. So that was the case with the Tur. So this one here, you couldn't actually hover it, so for complex cutting, it's not the best. So for, you know, cutting off brackets, it still works, but it's more of a flat plate, kind of trace stuff out and then cut it all up, which is not really what I do. So we've cut them all off. So there, I've left I started building this panard beforehand, so I've left that. We'll clean that up and integrate it. But yeah, we've just cut everything off, gotten rid of all these brackets, just thin, barely welded on brackets, these things. Not a fan whatsoever. We'll keep bits like this, brake hose brackets. They are handy to have, and we'll need to be using those. But yeah, that's both sides, and I just did it in situ because you know, I'm forever doing positional welding and cutting and oxying in weird situations. So this is actually, you know, this is pretty easy. I'll just leave it under there and we'll do that. But yeah, all gone. All cut off. Actually, probably should have cut that one off too. Or maybe we'll use it. We'll use it for something. Think about it. Probably want to have a diff brace. I think I want to do a diff brace. Not that it's probably not going to need it. Not a comp truck, and pretty light compared to a fucking shit D42 4.2 diesel. We are putting out fucking way more horsepower than one of them, and we're 4 cylinders and a hell of a lot lighter. So probably not ever going to bend that housing as it is, but you know, a diff truss does look fucking cool. Got to be cool. So yes, lots more work to do. Fuck, I hate grinding. Somebody come grind all this off for me while I supervise. That would be fucking nice. Send in your applications for slave labor, please. All right, gonna do some plasma cutting. We've got the chassis cross member brackets to do. So these laser plasma cut brackets here. So a few different cuts that we need to do to the 150 by 50 by 5. So we've got the cut 10. So we're just gonna, as opposed to using a grinder, this is very quiet, obviously, because of the compressor, and very economical, and not really horrible spiky dust and a loud grounding noise. So check this out. Quite a nice design. Upper, lower control arm. That is a very low profile design that only just sticks out the bottom of the frame, kind of as it would stock. So it actually doesn't hang down any more than stock would. So I've got a few of the brackets in. I've done a bit of test fitting. So just a few tacks here, but it's time to just pull everything off and start welding it up. Well, welding up the bits that we need to weld up before we put them on the car. So this bracket needs to be lots and lots of welds to be done on this bracket before it can be put onto the chassis. So lots of other little brackets to get welded up. We've got the coilover brackets, the coilover towers, the panhard bracket. This needs a whole heap of bracing and a little bit more fitting to do. I've just got to chop that much off it to give it a bit of a turn. But yes, at the stage now of progressing and getting quite a bit done. So I did manage to find some second-hand alley links. I mightn't use them, but these are pretty good. These are only 200 bucks off Marketplace and really, really good sizing. So local as well. So 1.25 6061, really good. I'm going to actually use these as the lower control arms. So the uppers, I'll still template up. So I've got them templated up. And yeah, that's just makes things a whole lot easier. And you know, I might as well use them, or maybe I'll just get new ones made. I don't know, but handy either way, and great cheap bargain. Also picked up some RCVs, baby. Some RCVs. Now, this is a GQ RCV. Nevertheless, it is 9,000 pounds of braking force in American. So that's quite a few tonnage. That's some good tonnage as opposed to the GU stock ones, which I know with a locker they'll be lasting precisely half an hour. So, and another local buy, cheap as, great bargain, easy to get. I don't have to wait 8 weeks, 10 weeks even. So we're just going to run these, see how they go. Maybe we'll get some brand new ones later on down the track when we have time. We just want to get this thing wheeling and spieling and dealing. Boo! How hot is that? A little bit hot. But yeah, as you can see, we've got some nice gusseting in there. So that's going to help with frame flex. So, you know, we won't start tearing in the box section there. So yeah, just imagine that that's the frame rail. So that welds all the way around there. And there's also going to be a gusset up the back here, like a triangular gusset. So yeah, we've got our upper and lower links. That's where the cross member will join to. So yeah, that is nicely welded out, and heaps of bracing, heaps of bracing. Now we'll just flip it over, and yeah, more bracing again. So we've got this weld joint under here. So we've gone across with the strengthening plate, so a fish plate, just to give that some more rigidity, and some more gusseting down here. And yeah, so this is our lower side. But yeah, that's the only part there, this bit here, that hangs below the rail, which is what I'm mainly excited about, because when you do these things with a radius arm, most of the time it just goes right on the bottom of the frame rail, and it, you know, it sticks out 100 mil sometimes, you know, depending on, you know, whether or not you cut up into the frame, which is just a cluster, which no one does. They just pop it right on the bottom of the frame, and then it becomes a massive catch point, and it sucks. So I've put in that extra work to get that as high up as possible. So really nice and streamlined. Same on the diff end as well. The lower link points have to come above the rear tie rod. I think going underneath is just we're lowering the tire size, you know. So say if we have 37s and we have 4 inches hanging down, you know, we're technically riding on 29s. Not that bad, but you get what I'm saying. So anyway, yeah, the link, they come above the tie rod, and maybe if the paint is dry enough. So I'm just pre-painting all these, because it can be really hard to get into the little nookie bits while it's on the diff. So we just pre-paint all this with the epoxy undercoat and the black top coat. Obviously we leave all the weld surfaces with no paint on them. So, and yeah, that's it there. That's the coilover. That's the coilover and lower link mount in one. So all this stuff is so close. Had to make it as compact as possible. We've had to go with weld-in bungs, so M16 weld-in bungs. But yeah, as you can see, that link bracket comes right above the tie rod, and on full lock we've got about 10 mil clearance in there, so that's going to be plenty. But yeah, very excited. I'm going to be getting this this passenger side. I'm going to get the top links, top and bottom link, cross member counterpart tacked in, get this side all tacked in, and once that's all tacked in, we'll probably put a couple of stitches on it and then move on to the other side. So we're not going to fully weld out nothing until we've actually done some proper clearances. So we're going to do a full cycle up and down the diff, you know, left and right, and see, you know, once all the coilovers are in, once the bump stops are in, once the links are in, and then we'll go from there. Oh my God. Oh man. Man, this thing looks sick. Oh baby. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. Just checking out my tire clearances. But just check it, man, it's close. This is a close build. Well, actually, I mean, that's a good 50 away, but panhard swing and full droop left and right, you know, that might rub on the control arm, but that's not really that big of an issue at all. It's going to be just barely touching it. But yeah, that is cool. That's really fucking cool. Yep. Just swing this back. And yeah, just the stance of this thing. Crazy, crazy. Just looks mean. Mean, mate. Look at the fucking axle poke. That is nice and close to the front. That is very cool. I love where I put the diff. Giving pre-runner vibes in American terminology. Oh yeah. Look at the nice fucking beauty. Look at that control arm. You'll be able to see them from a distance and be like, what the fuck's in that thing, yo? Pretty stoked. Very stoked. I wish I had some more room in here and get a full angle of this thing. Just sort of looks kind of shit on the screen, really. But I know it looks awesome. Right, setting up the bumpies. The Hydro bumpuses. Hydro bump stoppingtons. So, got a little bit of a PVC jig to use here. Now, bump stops are always a bane of my existence when it comes to setting them up, because between the passenger side and the driver's side, the components are just so slightly different. I mean, we've got the steering box in the way and the panhard bracket, and we've got the panhard bracket on the diff side to worry about. So always find these things being slightly different from side to side. And I always feel like they're just always the pain in the ass to set up. It's just, you know, you hover them here and there. But anyway, I've got a little bit of a system here. Got my up travel. So that's the up travel. So that's exactly the up travel that is copied from the shaft showing, which you mightn't be able to see there, but it's there. And just copying that and having that sit there. And I've had some brackets. Had some brackets laser cut. So I've got them cut longer because these things always do my head in. And so we've got the bottom one on, tacked on there. Little bit of angle here. So yeah, the diff's going to come up and it's going to go forward as we come up. So I've actually placed this slightly forward so that when this comes up, it should be somewhere in the center. But yeah, actually, just a complete fucking guess. Just using my fucking fabrication power. Using algebra, pi, tan, cos, and mainly guessing. None of that shit. Just guessing. So, guesstimation, process of elimination, and fucking good fabricating skills, eh? So, we're going to be getting those installed. I think this is always the hardest part of this, setting up these stupid things. So, we'll get there. It'll just probably take longer than I think it's going to take. Fucking peace out. All right, going to put on the fish plates for the cross member brackets, the upper and lower control arm brackets. So we're going to go weld them right now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, share and follow and subscribe. Or not, I don't care. It's your life, do what you want. But yeah, come look at this. Come see this thing from all the way from here out to the tracks when we go adventuring in this beast. Can't wait.